Hi everyone, in this video we're going to talk about if statements, if else, if, else if, and else. So let's start with the first one with the if statement. So I'm going to start by asking the user to enter their age. So I'm going to declare a variable of type integer and I'm going to print out a message to the user and asking them to enter your age. Yeah, I don't want a new line there. So whatever the user enters will be stored into the age variable. Now what I'm going to have here is a if statement, and we're going to check if this age is less than 12, and we will print out a message to the user: you are still a child. Okay. All right. So what this means is only if the age is less than 12 will this cout statement be printed. If the age is more than 12, this will not execute. Let's compile and see how this works. Okay, so if I said 11, I get the message, you're still a child. But if I put in the value 15, I don't get anything. So whether or not you want to print out something to the user, it really depends on your program. In this particular case, here is where this else comes in handy. I might want to let the user know that you know this condition didn't work out for you. So else means anything else, any age that is not less than 12, then print out the next line. So you are not a child. Let's compile this and run. So now if I said 15, now I get a message, you're not a child. So the else is useful in terms if you wanted something to happen if this is false. So only if this is true, this message will be printed. If you wanted to do something in case this is false, then use else to go with it. Okay, now what if you wanted to check, for example, what if you wanted to have another condition? So if you need to specify another condition that goes along with these blocks, you could use else if. You do need to specify the condition. So here I'm going to do if it's more than 12. Now this is just a good practice. If you have one line after the if, you don't really need the curly braces, but it is good practice to keep them. So I'm going to keep them even if I'm putting just one line. Okay, so in this case, if age is less than 12, so you can have as many else ifs in between the if and the else. So in this one, you can have as many else ifs as you like. So you always start off with if and you end with one else. So here I'm just going to put a bracket, if, and you end with one else. But here you could have many. So I'm just going to put it in asterisk, showing this means 0 or many. Yes, so the only thing with the else if is you actually need to specify the condition. You need to have a condition. With the else state, you don't need to have the condition because else will execute in the last case. So here I might actually need to print this to the user. Now you're not a child. Now if the age is not less than 12, but it's also not greater than 12, then it must be equal to 12, right? So maybe I want to change this message and I'll say, are you 12? And a question. Okay, so let's run this. So here, let's try with 11. So you're still a child. And let's try with 15. You are not a child. And let's do the else state. which is 12. Okay. Sorry, I did say the else is 1, but not really. You could have 0 or 1, because this program will still work even if I don't have this. So I could have if, else if, and it will still work. The only thing is that it doesn't deal with number 12. Nothing happens. But it does deal with everything else. So 15 still works as expected. So our 0 to 1. Okay, let's paste it back in. Now the question is, what if I change this to if? What happens? So if I change this to if, my program will probably behave differently. It's going to check this condition, which if I said age was 13, this is going to be false. Then it's going to come here and execute this, and it says you're not a child. Okay, well, if it's 13, I guess the program will work like it should. But what if age is 11? If age is 11, it's going to say you are still a child. Then it's going to check this condition, because now this else belongs to this if only. So this now will work independently of this condition. So here it checks this value. If age is 11, it says you're still a child, and then it goes here and it sees that it's false, and then it will say, are you 12? So it sort of becomes like a logical error that is not really going to be caught by the compiler. You need to think about this. So do you really need to tell the user, is this working as expected? So let's go with, so like I said, if I do 15, program works fine, no problems. But what if I said 11? Now this doesn't make sense. You're still a child is correct, but are you 12? Doesn't really make sense. So now this is just to show you that it is important to understand when you need to have the else ifs. And so we need this else if because it's kind of part of the if condition. So the age is either going to be less than 12 or greater than 12, or maybe equal to 12. So I could have this also be done this way, if age is equal to 12, and it will work. Yes, and if I said 14, not a child, and if I said 11, you're still a child. So I hope this helps you decide when to use if, when to use if with else, and when to use if with else if with else. So I hope this helps you, makes the decision, and I'll see you in future videos.